Hosted by Matt Riches.
$1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold.
Grand Rising, Joyous Awakenings. Good afternoon or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Sunday, August 23rd. Happy Sunday. The market is closed, so you know what that means. We are charting support and resistance for next week. This particular episode is for the Semiconductor $1 Trillion tickers. That's Nvidia, TSM, Broadcom, and Micron. Nvidia will report its second quarter fiscal year 2027 results on Wednesday after the market closes. The results will be released at 1:20 p.m. and the earnings call will be at 2 p.m. This will be the week's most important semiconductor catalyst, not only semiconductor, but for the market as a whole, because Nvidia is the most valuable company on the market. Traders will be watching Nvidia's revenue growth, artificial intelligence, infrastructure demand, margins, forward guidance, and management's comments about the next stage of the AI investment cycle. TSM recently reported July revenue of approximately 467.6 billion new Taiwan dollars, representing growth of 44% year over year. Revenue through the first 7 months of 2026 increased 37% compared to the same period last year. Micron also announced Micron Research Labs, a new U.S.-based research institution backed by a planned $10 billion investment over the next decade. The program will focus on memory, computing architecture, advanced packaging, and future semiconductor manufacturing. AVGO will not report earnings until Wednesday, September 2nd, after the market closes. All right, let's get on these charts so I can give you these levels for next week. Start with Nvidia. This is the weekly chart, and as you can see, we were down 4.6% this week. And then just looking at this, you can see we've basically been consolidating since May 2026. Actually, since April 2026, between 190 and the all-time high of 236. We've just been going back and forth. So here we go, y'all. All right. So we end up closing the week at $214.72. Excuse me. So to the downside, we have the low of the week, which was $214.50, which is also the top of this gap. So the midway point of the gap is $213.75. The bottom of the gap is $213.10. Excuse me. Underneath that, we got 211, 209.95, and then we have another small gap here that begins at 209.05 and goes to 208.75. If we get underneath that, we got 207.50 and 205.90. Now to the upside, we have 217, 218.75, 219, 220.65. And then we get back into the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone that we were not able to break through last week or the past couple weeks. That zone begins at 221.35. Inside that zone, I have a level at 222.25. And then we have a gap to the upside at 222.85. And it goes all the way to 224.90. If we can get above that, we can go to 226 and then 227.90. So we'll see. It's a big week for the market. Let's check out some SMAs. So this white line is our 20 SMA. So we are above the 20. This blue line is our 50 SMA. So we are bullish as far as the SMAs on the daily. Let's check out our AVGO. See what the AVGO says. If we have any recent signals here. Nothing recent. We got a signal back here at the beginning of the month. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. See if we got any more recent signals. We got a signal back here Tuesday, August 18th. That's still, and it was at 1 a.m. So I don't really like signals that happen when the market is closed, but it was based on the gap down. Let's check out the weekly. Nope. So the AVGO was not helpful for Nvidia this week. No new signals. Next, let's check out TSM. TSM, this is the weekly. So TSM has also been in this range since April. This range is between 372 and the all-time high of 479. So that's a pretty big range. It's about $100 range right there. Okay, so TSM down this week 1.7%. All right, let's check out our levels here. Ended up closing the week at 418.95. So our first support level is going to be 416.70, followed by 413.60, 411.05, 407.70, 406.70, 405.10, 401.55. To the upside, we have 420.60. We have 425.70, which is the bottom of this gap. The top of the gap is 426.80, followed by 429.40, 433.20, 435.70. We get above that, 438, and then 439.65. Okay, let's check out the SMAs. So this is our 50 SMA. We are underneath the 50 SMA, and we are above the 20 SMA. So keep that in mind, y'all. I'm more bullish when we are above both. Let's check out the AVGO, see what we got on the daily for TSM. We got a buy back here at the beginning of the month. Let's check out the weekly, see if we got any recent signal. No, we got a signal way back here in April. Let's check out the 4-hour, see if we got a more recent signal. Tuesday, got the signal the same time we got the signal for Nvidia, so they moving a line, y'all. So no recent signal on TSM either. All right, let's go to AVGO. Let's check out the weekly. It's been down the past 2 weeks, but this most recent week is down 6.2%. Ended up closing the week at 368.45. So our first support level is going to be 365.05, followed by 365.05, 362.25, and then this very important level of 357.70 because this was the low of July, and it just came to this price on Wednesday and it bounced. So we'll see if we can attempt to bounce on it again, or is it going to break through next time it comes down there? We'll see. All right, underneath that, I got 353.60, 351.50, 347.75, 343.90. Now to the upside, we have 375.15, which is the bottom of the gap. The top of the gap is 377.10. Above that, we got 381.75. Above that, we have another gap that starts at 385.80. The midway point of the gap is 388.50. And then the top of the gap is 391.30. If we get above that, we can get back to 399, y'all. All right, let's check out the SMAs. So we are below the 20 SMA here, the 50 SMA here, and we are right. We just closed below the 200 SMA, y'all. So keep that in mind for AVGO. That's very important. All right, let's check out the AVGO, see if we got any recent signals here. We did get a signal here on Friday, August 14th. We got a sell signal. This was the entry, 392. It did end up hitting TP1 at 373. It almost hit TP2 at 353, but it bounced at 357. So good call on the AVGO for AVGO. We check out the 4 hours, see if we got a buy signal off this bounce. We did not. All right. Next, we have MU. Let's see. On the week, after 2 good weeks, MU closed almost flat, but down 0.5%. Ended up closing the week at 966.78. Let's see what we got, folks. Our first support level is going to be 958.25, followed by 946.80, 938.15, 929.05, 919.80, and 915.20. To the upside, we have the bottom of this gap. No, before we get to the bottom of the gap, we have 970 and then 979.80, and then the bottom of the gap at 989.95. The gap goes to 995.35. If we get above that, we can go to $1,007 and then $1,012, which is a weekly level, so it's going to be hard to break that. But if it does, we can go to $1,027 and then last week's high of $1,036. If we can break that, we can go to $1,065 on MU, y'all. All right. Let's check out the SMAs. So we are... Where's the 200 at? Oh, the 200 way down there. We good. Okay, the 200 way down there. This is the 20 SMA, so we are above the 20 SMA. And we closed just above the 50 SMA. So that is bullish as far as the SMAs are concerned. Let's check out the AVGO, see what we got. We got any recent signals here? We had a buy on Friday, August 14th. The entry was 971. It ended up gapping up over the weekend, so it skipped over TP1, hit TP2 and TP3. So great call for the AVGO on that. Let's check out the 4 hours, see if we have a more recent signal, since that was a couple weeks ago. We had a sell back here Tuesday, August 18th, but that was only a few days after the other signal. All right. So that is our semiconductor $1 trillion tickers, support and resistance levels for this week. Remember, we do have Nvidia earnings on, what day is that? On Wednesday, we have Nvidia earnings. So it's going to make or break the market on Wednesday, y'all. Be prepared. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.